And good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to the winner takes all Game 5 Grand Finale match between ta909 and Thirwolf in the Zelda 1 Randomizer Random% 2020 tournament. Dark Falls today would be Fury SK. Fury, how's it going, my friend?
It's either going to be going really good or really bad in about a minute and a half and change. So, yeah, it just depends on what we get for this Game 5. How many Triforces will we start with? Will that flag that happened to roll this time actually come true? Who knows?
And you rolled these flags tonight. What flag did you pick?
Oh, well, let's just wait and see what happens and then let them know. Well, that's more fun.
Very well. We do see we have a one heart start. This series is tied 2-2. Winner is the grand champion, and we are going to be off momentarily. Everyone loves the one heart start, don't you?
Oh, I know chat loves it. I'm not sure if the runners really do.
Especially if we have like a Guerrilla overworld or something fun for that. Lionel's Guerrillas. Something will. And immediately we see we have a mirrored overworld, so that's fun.
I saw a couple of bows there in the item shop too. That's another flag that turned on. But I guess neither one of them really cares how many Triforces they start with. We could be in a 9 rush and not even know it yet.
Well, it's not full 5%, it's just Sprite Shuffle, so that's not bad.
It looks like there's only 2 Triforces as well for ta909, so I suppose Thirwolf gets the same.
TA did grab a sword already, though. I didn't quite see where he picked it up from, but it's somewhere close to start.
Yeah, it was basically right next to start. I think it's right here where Thirwolf's going now.
So, now we have a 2 hearts. Looks like we have Blue Candle Bomb. It looked like our moblins were shooting half ladders. So the half ladder sprite will be an arrow sprite. So we have the 2 and 3 Triforce, regardless of what our dungeon quest is. No armors under the first check, and Thirwolf is going to check that momentarily as well.
It's worth noting that the item they seem to have started with is a double bow that is conveniently placed at the ladder position on the menu. So it's a pretty useful starting item. They can actually make a path to the coast a little bit quicker than usual because there could be something out there.
Yeah, having the ladder is basically like having 2 free items because you do get that free coast check right away. Oh, we have killable drops too, that's not fun.
I mean, I think it's fun.
And looking at their health, we have hidden health as well. So, killable drops, 1 heart start, hidden health, reversed overworld. What else would you ask for a game?
Them to go on a staircase and find a small key or a 5 rupee.
Shh, you just gave out what the hidden flag was.
No, I didn't say that was on. You just gave it away. I merely implied that what could go even more wrong would be that, probably.
And we have a Dungeon 2 over for Thirwolf. And it's a green palette, so that's not going to help us too much.
It was a double bottom row, so it's either going to be first quest or it's going to be even better than first quest. It's even better.
So we have a shapes 1 through 6 with, well, something fun.
And there's your confirmation of what looks to be... Oh, it's kind of the canoe from Shaddy Sprite Set, if you ask me.
Well, that was a vanilla Triforce room, so don't know where the Triforces are. We don't even need this one. We have this one already.
Chat's over here rooting for dungeon numbers to have been off on top of all of the shenanigans. That's pretty cruel and unusual there.
So for right now, what is that shape, Chat?
We're already in blue ring territory in the meantime. Large secrets rolling up by about 27 rupees. Kind of masks the whole 26 rupees medium secret.
Now, Thirwolf did just find a wand on the floor in level 2.
Yeah, but he can't sit there and just assume that that is going to be the only floor drop. There could be 2 floor drops, there could be 5 floor drops. We won't know until we kind of confirm, based on staircase items, whether or not the minor item shuffle is indeed on.
Gotta be really careful with these Gurias on hidden health, though.
Looks like there's a paper pickup for ta909, given he only has 2 hearts. So it's a blue fireball.
And that is a Dig Dogger, so we can go to the left here, actually. And that is a first quest, or Shapes level 9, so we will not see the second quest shenanigans in this.
Yes and no. We're not going to see as many of the shenanigans, but there is a potential for those to be on, regardless of whether or not second quest rolled on. Like, the walkthrough walls could be in shapes, they just won't be in the first quest if that's what back half rolled. That's kind of why I would have probably checked the first room in. If you get 3 doors, then you know it's shapes. If you get just the usual left or up, then you can kind of sit there and say, well, it may be first quest or maybe shape still.
We'll see if this wand gives TA a decent advantage with this combat this early in the season.
I assume we mean Thirwolf on that one, but yeah.
Yes, Thirwolf, sorry.
It's definitely going to be a plus, given that looks like the overworld did not roll any Wizrobes on it. At least I wasn't paying attention to any if it did.
I have not seen it yet. I haven't seen any Dark Nuts either, or Lynels. So some of our baddies are going to be underground today, which is very fitting for a game. But we know we do have Lynels on the overworld level.
Yeah, it looks like, from what I can tell, it looks like there was no overworld enemy shuffle at all. It's just straight to dungeon pattern it normally is.
So TA does find level 2. Gonna see what he finds here. It'll be interesting if he takes that Dig Dogger and takes.
I'm sure he'll at least collect a Triforce, and
Well, he doesn't need it. He started with 2.
or at least go towards the room, because that door was there to be taken.
Thirwolf finds a 3rd heart.
He's probably going to bomb right first, because he thinks it could be the boomerang. And because that didn't bomb, that's probably a major, major sign that he's not in first quest anymore, because it would open up unless it was Zelda's room.
No, we just saw a 250 white sword. I am wondering if that is possibly the boomstick. Would that be?
Nope. Book is rolled to 200, and I think it's plus or minus 20, so it'd be 180 to 220. Wouldn't be up any higher. can say for certain extra dig doggers in level 2, so that flag is 100% on, in case that was ever in doubt.
Alright, so Thirwolf does grab his wand as well.
You told me he wasn't going to grab it, but he did.
Hidden health, 1 the HP refill, I get it. We have a double shield here. It's just another heart. We are getting word from chat that our almost item was a key, Fury.
I did not see it for certain, but if that's the case, it's going to be a long night, Dark Falls.
So what that means, chat, is our flip flag today was in fact minor item drops, and it has officially rolled on. So we might have to clear every single room of a dungeon if we need that bow and those silver.
All I can tell you, one tournament admin is probably extremely happy that his flag actually rolled on for this.
I believe he is in chat with us. I didn't catch who saw the key armors. I think it was Thirwolf, though.
It would have had to have been Thirwolf, given we were watching ta909 pick up the coast item, and he was in level 2 just before that coast item.
So we find level 5 for TA. Not guaranteed that the recorder, since we saw the one level 2. We do need a Triforce here, though.
So Thirwolf, or not Thirwolf, ta909 does not know about minor item being turned on. So it's going to be interesting to see what his reaction is on his screen when he actually gets to the Lost Hills, assuming he saw it correctly.
No, I'm interested though, because TA bailed out of 5 after seeing a ladder block. Did he not notice he has the...
He has not gone to the coast, so presumably he hasn't really realized what his starting item is. But could also just be bailing on 5 because he's looking for the Armos item. I mean, what we saw in one of our games, I believe it was actually the last one that was played, was... I believe it was Thirwolf did not go pick up the Armos item for like 40 or 45 minutes or something, and it ended up being the wand, which was a huge combat advantage that allowed ta909 some free time. I know that was one of the losses that Thirwolf took.
And Thirwolf finds level 8. We can't really say how many items we have in here, so got a big slog at it.
Well, if we're looking at this level 8, the initial starting point leads me to believe that we're probably... Well, that old man... I think he's blocking the way. I think it's a staircase on the other to get around him. I think it's actually first quest, given our starting setup here. Get bomb to the right. And yeah, it's a 2-path to the left with no... Oh, well...
So
Never mind me.
We have a full shape at the moment, it looks like.
Once again, we have a blue ring pickup from ta909 super early on in the scene. So he's not going to be punished for ignoring the blue ring or anything like that. He's going to make sure that he, especially with hidden health, can take a couple extra hits in dungeons. The bad news is I think that's about all of the money that he's really going to have access to for the seed. Wasn't that his third large? And we have a pack of bombs, it looks like.
So, Fury, when you're playing flags like this, where you now know that minor item drops around, what's your thought process? Do you clear as many rooms as you can go, or do you just grab Triforces and...
The one time I played with this flag on, I played the money-making game and waited for Thirwolf to finish. But I think you just clear every room, period.
Now, I know Thirwolf is very proficient at his mapping, so he knows what rooms have the darker so he can't take out yet. So if he has to come back, he'll know what rooms he has to clear. That last patch, I did not want to be killed.
Well. Hits keep on coming, don't they?
So we see Ganon's room. That signifies that Zelda and Ganon will not be in their own rooms today.
Thirwolf is still checking walls to make sure that you can't walk through them, and I think that's probably a good play, because given how many flags turned on, there's still a good chance you're going to see that turn on into full shapes.
We have a red bomb here on the floor. That is a boomerang bomb.
Well, put it back. And because it's red, it's the regular banana. It's not, it's definitely not the better of the two, the magical one.
It doesn't look like Thirwolf is, sorry, TA is checking that, ladder spot unless I missed.
The good news about all of the rooms having to basically be cleared in this is you're never really going to run into a key trouble in a shape seed if you have to clear every single room. Usually the problem you run into with keys is when you clear less rooms, but being forced to essentially clear it all means that the runners are going to run into all the drops that happen rather than be standing items. So they're not just going to have to rely on free keys or EG to obtain keys from, say, Keys Room or Gel Room. They'll have them all. And as far as ta909 not knowing he has ladder, I don't think it's really that detrimental yet. Sure, it's cost him a heart container and perhaps a death in that room, but he's eventually going to accidentally hit a spot that's a ladder block and walk onto it and realize it. It just happens that way. You walk into an NSU room and try and walk the path, and suddenly you fall off the path and the ladder happens.
Now, he did just get a double bomb, but that's just the compass here for level 6. Thera has cleared a lot of this level 8 and still no item yet. Still no Triforce, I should say. We have another staircase, though, with some ladders. We'll see if TA takes the Triforce and takes off. I'm thinking he's going to.
Oh, my strategy in this, I guess with Ganon being 50-50, would just be to Triforce and go, and then go back. I mean, that's really important to find out first and foremost, because that determines whether or not we're here for a couple hours or if we're here for potentially, you know, just as long as it takes them to find the remaining 5 or 6 Triforces to talk about.
Thirwolf still in this clear of level 8, while TA is doing kind of a row. He may have gotten dig doggered though. Yeah, unfortunately, Thirwolf gets stuck with the dig dogger, has to go back to start. As TA finds level 7.
I would be moderately amused, I suppose, if TA ran into the ladder at some point, randomly in a dungeon, and that was how he realized that he had the ladder the entire time. We definitely have some sort of hint set up for the seed, given that our hint prices were randomized, but...
I want to say it was community hints. I've seen at least one.
They've checked it, and the shopkeep went from saying I am Groot to saying I am Groot again, so unfortunately we won't know until somebody finds a book on the floor. I'm really hopeful it's deceptive hints, because that's just hilarious when you don't actually know where items are. You can send somebody into a dungeon, looking for an item on the floor, clearing every room. Like if it tells you the bow's in level 7. It's not.
Fitting of a game 5. TA unfortunately takes a death to the Wizrobes.
There's some discussion in chat about whether or not community hints forces regular priced hints. I believe that is the case. I believe it should just default to like vanilla pricing as opposed to shuffling it. The only time where it shuffles it is, as we see the waterfall has a dungeon, is when you have a mixture, mixed hints. Oh man, TA's like 1 pixel from accidentally ladder clipping and realizing. That's unfortunate.
Looks like Thir does not want to do a level 3 at the moment. TA's going to grab his Triforce here and he's going to pass.
I'm actually a little bit surprised, because he kind of bailed on 6 in a hurry. You would think he would also bail on 7 pretty quickly as well, if the strategy was not to be in 6 any longer.
So Thirwolf is now joining ta909 in level 7. This Tridungus have kind of trolled both of them, just does not want to get killed.
I mean, when you have 6 or more bombs, I think it's a little bit silly to actually try and bomb on the grid to basically use 1 bomb instead to just feed them 1 bomb, then use the second one to smoke them, then get your 4-pack, and you're always at 8 anyways, as long as you have 6, 7, or 8 to start with.
That was our possibly magical map.
Oh man, I don't know actually. I thought that would have to be more reddish, but I don't know if the paper can go that color, so perhaps it's just mags. I mean, he could walk back right now and give us the answer, I suppose, but I don't think he will. I think he's just going to assume it's magical.
Now, TA finds level 1. Good thing to find. Has items, at least 2. Has wizards.
Yep.
You know, I can't even say it has at least 2 anymore because they could just be keys.
Oh hey, red ring! Except it probably isn't.
It's a power bracelet. Power bracelet's nice to have. It does let you check those couple other spots. We have another heart container.
I would definitely say, yeah, he did have 6 hearts, so that's definitely magic sword. It just couldn't shuffle a red paper. But I would say the odds, if they actually get up to like 11 or 12 hearts, of going to check mag is way, way more likely. When you have whiz robes and a wood sword, you don't want to sit there all seed whacking them 9, 10, 11 times, depending on what their health rolled worth.
I will say that wizard was quite polite to a TA, not really firing too many beams off at him.
And there's his accidental ladder clip. I think he now he looks up at his mini map.
That was like a hey, where are you from? That's probably like, well, I could have cleared level 5.
I still think it's not really that big of an issue yet.
No, absolutely not.
I think this is also a level that you ignore the Triforce and try and find more drops in, except Wiz Robes are in here, so maybe not.
You know where it is, and it's not that hard to get back there, so yeah, he's gonna take it and run it.
Yeah, the taking a run strategy is pretty solid, but the big obstacle we're looking at right now is we have, you know, about 20 locations left on the overworld that you can potentially bomb into or power bracelet into. And we have a white sword. So the big deal now is, will the recorder come into play? And if it does, where in the world is it going to be? Because that's really going to be the only thing left that blocks a ton of locations.
We're missing, what, level 4, I want to say? I think we've seen everything else.
We've definitely seen level 8 since Thirwolf has the Triforce piece, and we definitely saw ta909 piece out of level 5 because he thought it was ladder block, so that would leave level 4. But until we find level 4, we can always suppose that a recorder might be required.
While we have a brief second, thank you to our tracker behind the scenes, and all of our trackers in general throughout this whole tournament. Today we have Freedom Fighter 2020 helping us out, and we really appreciate the help with And Thirwolf also just bought a blue ring.
Did he just farm the heart pieces that drop so they get a 10 count?
Maybe. I don't remember where TA had found level 5.
That is the biggest gotcha spot in all of Mirrored, by the way, that west to east transition. If you go the normal height, which is like parallel to the pathway, you end up in a spot where you can't move anywhere anymore because it's simply there's 2 blocks instead of 1 on the other side. So it's always that one screen that you have to walk down like the extra tile or 2 to make sure that you don't do that. And despite the fact that I know that, I've just still done that like 4 times.
Hey, here's level 5.
We have definitely seen level 9, chat, so it's that will not be blocked.
TA tried to squeak by the Lionel, but gets beamed in the side.
And that is definitely a level 5 that exists.
And if we weren't confused before, we have absolute confirmation now. I love when you clear a staircase and you just see a key for you.
I can't really decide if I want to see Ganon required or not, because on the one hand it'd be hilarious, on the other hand it's me and you in the booth for an extra 2 hours. It looks like TA does want to go ahead and get closer to that magical sword. Even though you have the white sword, I still think you check that if you can get that somehow into your route.
And Thurl finds level 6. As TA goes back into 5 with his just seen last.
Chat's sitting here trying to make that comment divisive. I mean, it's literally... I'm pretty sure Dark Falls has to work early in the morning, and so do I, so it's just like, do we really want that, chat? I mean, trying to make it like...
I mean, it is a game 5. TA is going to grab his Triforce here in 5 and probably run away.
I don't think that's surprising. I think that's legitimately what the strategy is now for both, is get to 9, go find out whether or not we gotta be here for a while, and then make plans from there.
I think the real question is, where is level 4 hiding?
Well, that depends on how evil Dark Falls wants to be. Do you want to suppose that onto a recorder spot or the lone raft spot that they can't access, or would you prefer that be somewhere they can get to?
Well, again, this is a game 5, so I wanted them to earn it. So yeah, it can be.
So you basically want our poor runners to suffer because it's game 5. Got it.
I mean, it's fun for us to watch. I don't think there's a lot of non-flute spots left to check, though. I know TA will check a few. Well, never mind. It's just
There's a question as to why does the shield turn white when it's the heart container in Sprite Shuffle? I think it has to do with specific colors that can't be like the main color of an item. I think the shield, for example, can't have its main color red, so it has to choose a different color, and you can either choose like the blue outline to the shield, or you can choose the gold outline with the white, and I think that's what it decided on, is it's just going to be the outline color. Whereas if it's like a ring, there's already a built-in red ring, so it can just transpose that color onto it for the heart, if it's a double red ring. So, and apparently there's also one for the bombs that's red, because it did that as well.
It sounded like TA picked something up there. I didn't catch what it was, and that was the map. No, I thought you had the map for that room.
Could have been bombs as well. I didn't see how many he had left. But looks like chat thinks it was the map. Or, well, we'll find out, I guess, eventually once he goes to his menu, but we definitely have the power bracelet now on Thirwolf's side as well. He may look at it, or he may just decide, I don't know what this is and don't care, I'm just gonna go. There he goes, he checked.
I don't think TA has seen 8 yet, so we still gotta find that.
Ta-da, lovely.
Well, really nice job on this room by Thirwolf. With that bubble, though, I'd probably reset it so we can get some squishier enemies in the wizard. Hidden health would probably be the flag I would least like in this setup.
Looks like we get a free pack of bombs, so TA's not going to turn that down. Ironically, because they have decided to just go for 9, go for broke, and not clear rooms, they are starting to whittle through keys, at least TA is. I think Thirwolf, just by virtue of where he hasn't explored yet, has maintained his key count up a little bit higher, but he's going to burn at least one more in this dungeon, I'm pretty sure. Question chat is, okay, so the big items are not in the staircases, where do you get them? The answer is they could be a floor drop anywhere in the dungeon. They can also be in the staircases by chance, we've seen a couple of those. But yeah, it's basically clear every room style gaming at this point. TA has now happened upon Ganon's room, so he's also going to know that he doesn't necessarily have to go straight up as a strategy in level 9. go off in any random direction, and you could eventually walk into Zelda's room.
So the room that Thirwolf is in now, Theory took a death in here. We'll see if Thirwolf has better luck in clearing this out, and if it does do anything good.
If you're talking about the patch room, or are you talking about the...
No, the room that Thirwolf's in there right now. The room that Thirwolf's cleaning right now.
Yep.
TA took a death here earlier. Get through the wizards, that's the hard part of the room.
There are 2 more rooms blocked off. So, could be something good. Looks like one of them was just the compass though, and the other one is going to be in the key spot if it drops anything at all. And it's key.
Just a key. Not many rooms left here in this level 1 for Thier, so I'm assuming he's going to probably check it out.
Well, the longer the race goes, the more you have to dangerously just metagame that your opponent has gone to level 9 quickly. At 40 minutes, it's certainly possible. TA's a great player, just as Thirwolf is, so at some point you start to say, well, there's a good chance he's in there, good chance he's found the shutter door that doesn't open, that's why he hasn't finished, and thus maybe I should clear places. So if you're gonna start metagaming that, you're probably gonna start with level 1, 2, 3 smaller dungeons.
Looks like blue wizards only have 10 HP, so not awful.
I want to see if level 9 has its standard enemy group or if it's going to go a different direction. We know that the enemy groups are shuffled between dungeons. So the wizards are in this first one instead of green. A wizrobe set level 9 would make for a long day. Lost Zeldas right away. And we're gonna find out, I guess, pretty soon here.
Yep, TA is clear to go into 9. And he knows where it is. Hello, Dig Dug.
Hello, both of them.
Well.
Alright, so level 9. Gonna go straight up, perhaps? Nope, can't. Alright, so now... I don't know about you, Dark Falls, but instantly when I can't go straight up, I am very suspect of a couple of things being upwards.
Yeah, that could possibly be... Well, we saw the old man, so we can't really do much there. Could possibly be...
Oh,
and TA taking a death, unfortunately.
It's another room with another single shutter door on the left side.
And Thirwolf grabs his white sword.
So, really just little bit ahead to the wand for Thirwolf, and then just a little bit further behind to the white sword. Don't know that it cost him too much time, though. I don't think really the wand or the white sword time played too much of a factor in this.
It felt like that door took a couple extra pixels to open up.
But the one that he had the virus in,
Yeah.
he had already cleared that room just to see before, and then went through the staircase and went to the red landing room. Just gotta clear this room, because there's only a limited amount of ways you can go. It's been very linear thus far. Hey!
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Well, business may have just picked up a little bit here. It's not guaranteed that that's the only way, though, so... Can't say it just yet.
There is about to find his level 4, and the Triforce was not far into it.
I will say TA is getting just a little bit fortunate that this Shapes 9 is providing enough keys to where you can simply pick up a key, walk through a door, pick up a key, walk through a door. And he finally did get up a row. He's in the third row as opposed to the second row, so he may be able to walk right and see what in the world is going on. And we have a very weak boss here, because it just died to a white sword.
And we did see Ganon's room already, so we know we don't really have to go north, we just have to clear as many rooms as possible.
Oh, here roar. But I'm still just a little bit surprised that TA did not try and bomb further over, just to make sure that there wasn't some reason why the game blocked you off of going right early.
God love when you find a little key in a staircase and Ganon in a motor.
I think he was going to try and bomb out. I'm surprised he also didn't try and just poke Ganon to see what HP value he rolled. But I can understand trying to get to the other side of the room as fast as possible to see if you can't get out. Chat does bring up a good point, though. Even if Zelda is not stuck behind a shutter door, single shutter door that doesn't open until you defeat Ganon, she could still be stuck behind Ganon's location.
Yeah, it's like a French vanilla Ganon not needed. Alright, Thirwolf gets his last Triforce. He is heading to 9 as well.
So the major differences here is the key count for TA. Oh boy, we have a compass though, so this is looking a little bit more likely for TA to find the answer first as to whether or not he has to leave.
Not necessarily leave, because Bow and Silvers could be on the floor at 9.
Man, you are just really, really trying to get the runners to blame you for all this.
Hey, you rolled the seed, buddy, not me.
Yeah, but then they're gonna watch it back and hear you just throwing all this stuff out here, but looks like it's not a direct bomb wall path, so I guess TA is kind of looking for the long route to get there, maybe through a staircase.
We also did see Ganon in that vicinity, so Ganon could be blocking the way, like as you said.
Yeah, the runners collectively have pushed on a good handful of walls. I would say both have pushed on 12, 13, 14 walls, and they simply aren't budging. So I think both have decided that it's quite unlikely walkthrough walls are on. However, we've had that happen before, and it's just been a case where the walkthrough walls have not been in high quantity, but the ones that have existed are high quality.
Alright, well, we hit Ganon again.
I believe Ganon is up from this location, so he's gonna I guess he's gonna try and bomb out. That's the only thing he can do in this room. It could happen. And Ganon says, "Nope, you're stuck here." I think you have to take that staircase back to that location, that spiral staircase, and go right.
Yeah, absolutely. I see if that's a straight northern path, if you can.
And I think Thirwolf is literally a room away from finding out that Ganon is over here.
He is in the right vicinity. Okay, well, here's Ganon's room, so he's gonna go back to start.
Yeah, we've been manhandled again. It's kind of funny. It's basically Link is squishy, Manhandle is squishy. Which wet noodle wins first?
You guys in chat can't tell if you're new to this. Every time that up and A and go back to start, they only get 1 heart. So yeah, they have very little HP to work with. They do have the blue ring though, so that's going to kind of give them 2 hearts. And that manhandler staircase took them quite a distance away.
And now Thirwolf knows what TA knows. It looks like TA now is going to take that spiral. This was the path that we thought could exist still.
Can we go north?
Yeah, big question. Can you go north through bomb wall? No. I do think you almost have to... I would bomb down. I would at least make sure that there isn't a room there, but he's not going to. So... there may be a couple more rooms we could check. There could be some staircases left available in places.
Yeah, because we have the Digdar blocking that 1 path to the eastern side of the map. Then we have Ganon blocking the path to the upper eastern side of the map. Digdar blocking the western side, sorry. Thirwolf seeing the dig dagger that's blocking the path westward. Ooh, there is not much room up in that upper eastern side.
So that officially means, by the way, that Ganon is blocking the direct path. It's staircase or bust now. You get the oohs and ahs in chat from that map too. I agree with it.
Chat, I hope you all have your popcorn ready because this could get interesting. We found a sword. No, that was our red ring. So we saw a key and a red ring here in level 9.
There was a question earlier, by the way, about whether or not the flag, red ring, and silver's force to 9 would actually be strong enough to overcome the minor item drops. And the answer is that silver's and red ring do default to 9. So I just rolled a whole bunch with the print layout and it came up red ring silvers every time. So I'm assuming that somewhere in this level 9 they're going to find a blue item on the floor, and that will confirm that we do have red ring silvers forced here.
Yeah, but those silvers, we still need that bow, and that could be absolutely anyone.
There were 2 rooms, by the way, down here in the room the Thirwolf's at that TA did not bomb, and apparently they're just a segment, unless you can walk through somehow. Which would be crazy at this point, but chat would be thrilled to see.
What a 9, fitting of her game 5 of a end of tournament game.
Well, you wanted the runners to work for it. I do think that this seed, even if there is a magical staircase to the area where Zelda's at, and it happens that Ganon's not required, that this seed has made both runners really work to try and get to the end.
Oh, absolutely. They both showcase exactly why they are 2 of the best in the game.
Thirwolf now gets the bad news. But he is going to get his red ring, and I think he's going to suspect that silvers are here, just as I would think ta909 does. Here's that little segment. Let's see if it's staircase to a staircase to Zelda, or if it's just a staircase to nothing. It appears nothing. There was a small key. I think he's got to pick it up. And he does.
I may have killed the rest of those like to see if there's a floor drop there.
I still think both runners are in that mode of I've got to find a staircase in a room that I haven't been in yet. And they're just trying to go as fast as possible, and it's just skipped their mind that silvers can be on the floor in here.
Hi, Zelda's room.
We already knew that Zelda was very low percent chance to actually be in her vanilla location, group-wise. But that confirms it.
We may have seen 6 pairs of staircases. I've been kind of marking on my own, and I have 6. It could be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been kind of watching, hoping that we'd find the shutter door that didn't open before we found this Ganon shenanigan. Doing a quick cheat check, basically, to see what the runners are tracking. It looks like they both got 5 staircases and not the 6th one.
Do they have one that the other one doesn't, though?
Doesn't look like it.
They are currently neck and neck, though. They're 1 room apart.
I'm pretty sure by virtue of what they just cleared, though, that they're actually out of rooms. Unless Thirwolf did not go down here, in which case this could still be it. Second quest room with whiz ropes would be fun. I'm pretty sure this is like Last Chance Saloon for staircase.
Zero has to be a little careful with the damage.
I saw one room for Thirwolf that he can get to, and that's it. Yeah, they're both kind of going to the same exact spot with 2 different routes, because it was basically the last of the rooms that they really had to check in that corner. Just key blocked.
It'd be kind of amusing if that last staircase is behind the dig dogger, so you have to go to find the recorder to get to that last staircase.
And look at that. That is every room you can access on this side of Ganon. So was the dig dogger in a staircase room, or was it just a regular room?
We actually may have been left of the dig dogger already. It might not be blocking anything. I'm not positive with this.
Yeah, no, but was it a staircase that was blocking, or was it just a room? I wasn't paying attention to which.
It was a room to his left.
So there wasn't like a push block staircase?
No, he came out of a staircase and into the dig dogger.
So the last staircase is actually on the other side of Ganon. Room to room.
It looks like TA is going bow hunting. To confirm in chat, yes, Fury did roll the seed. We do have a confirmation that the recorder was not needed, that you can get past the dig dogger.
To answer a question, chat, I have both runners on all 8 locations known for dungeons. TA went into it as well and just said nope. What I saw. Or let's see. Nope, never mind. Scratch that. It's the one spot he hasn't really checked.
TA choosing 7 first.
This seems extremely meta to me. This is like borderline crazy decision here, but you know, it could work. We already know that the remaining floor drop locations in level 1 are dig dogger blocked. And if you found staircase items in most of the other dungeons you've dug except for level 7, then perhaps that brings value to it that didn't exist before. Unfortunately, he killed that clock in that room, so that's...
And Thirwolf is also making that play to say goodbye to level 9 and go bow hunt. Given that you haven't found anything level 3, I'd probably go there or level 2 first, personally. Thirwolf is also going to 7.
I know that Thirwolf has not seen every single staircase item, really, in every other dungeon, so... This, on Thirwolf's side at least, is metagame territory, but...
So basically what we have to do now is kind of go, what someone in the chat said, a needle through a haystack mentality. We can't skip rooms, we have to kill everything. We do have a white sword and a red ring, so it's going to help a little bit. And they could both go check mags if they wanted. Chat bring up a good point. That would be hilarious if we went through all this just to see Zelda behind a keyhole or a bomb.
Certainly possible, but it doesn't actually matter anymore because Ganon's hard required because of his positioning.
So it's basically, hello, Dig Dogger.
The only way that that could be in any way, shape, or form troll is if one of the runners happens to finish off Ganon with no bombs left in their inventory or no keys left in their inventory, and that's the thing that's blocking.
All of these Dig Doggers is making the evil part of me chuckle. We've seen a bunch here in level 7, we've seen a bunch in level 1.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about it the way chat's bringing it up now. Basically talking about how 7 has the most rooms without having to do, like, overworld travel to get to the next one. Since there's no limiter on how many items can be in a dungeon, that actually makes 7's play a little bit more viable. I think the one concession you could make is if you knew that 7 was Dig Dogger and knew of another dungeon that did not have any of the Dig Dogger set of enemies on it, that you might go there prior to going to level 7, but that's a lot to ask for people to memorize that as they're trying to 9 rush, as they're trying to sort out how many items they found in dungeons so far, if they decide they want to meta, how many items there might be in a dungeon, that sort of thing.
I'd still have 2 and 3 in mind, just simply because you have at least have the staircase item in level 3. You have a lot of level items, that's new territory. And I don't think the enemy set was too bad in level 2. Oh, hi, bait block.
Is it really a bait block, though? I mean, why not? We've had everything else just about happen that could have happened in the seed, but it looks like we're safe.
Maybe.
And I do agree that level 3 staircase brings a little bit of intrigue, but I don't mind the play now that I think about this play a little bit more. Ooh, you can't get to that without block clipping, and I guess he's assuming that second quest staircases are off? Or did we already have 7 staircase item be a key or something?
I don't recall seeing the staircase item, but it looks like level 7 might be meat blocks from that last room.
I'm waiting for chat to yell at me and tell me that we've already seen the staircase item. People rooting for bait block, though. What you should really be rooting for is bait blocking the recorder, and then they have to go back to 1 all the way at the very end of it to kill the dig dogger for the bow. I mean, if you're really gonna root for these people to suffer and be shameless like that, that's what you gotta do, guys. You gotta think beyond that. You gotta go for the double shenanigans.
Just gotta go full Monty on the shenanigans. If they're checking that one measuring wall just in case.
Oh, there we go. We got 2 members of chat rooting for the recorder and 9 as a drop on top of the silvers. Make that be the way to go get the bow. That's good. See, we're doing good work here.
There were definitely rooms in level 9 that didn't full clear, so it's possible. They were also falling victim to the in hell. There's kind of a small level 6.
Oh.
TA picked up a book somewhere.
Yes, he did. But that also means he can get hints. I would be all over hint shops right now just to see what they have. I mean, I wouldn't even think. I would bail so hard and go look, because those will still point you. They won't point you to keys. They'll point you to the item still.
There is a hint shop pretty close to start as well.
I don't know if the book's the Atlas, but it's absolutely book required to understand the old. So it's.
Thirwolf is leaving 7, and we'll see where he's heading next.
He's heading to Magical Sword. Step over the water to reach the Magical Boomerang. Based on that hint, I would suppose the Magic Boomerang mostly into level 5. Not that it really matters to metagame where that's at, because you still gotta check every room in these dungeons to go find the item you need again, but...
It does look like Thir is going to level 3, though. Well, it's very linear.
And he did not explore the rest of that dungeon. He just straight up and A.
He's going with hints.
Yeah. Well, the hint is not here. This was the wood sword, but yeah, I think hints is definitely your play if you've marked them where they're at. I want to say it was down here and he retried it. Gee, thanks. That's a top-notch hint to start with. Guyak returns with the boomerang. That's also top-notch considering, well, I guess he doesn't have it, but that's a staircase item. Donut was with a wand. Wow. Amazing hits.
Yeah, those are awesome. 10 out of 10 hints. The Theory found the raft in here in level 3.
I mean, it's one of your last chances in the tournament to meme the Fred comment. Oh man. We have a 2D flute sighting too.
I'd probably go back to 1.
Yeah, he's gonna
I like
take
that
his
flip.
health. Yeah, he's gonna take his health refill there. These hints are amazing. Every last one of them. Every last one of the hints was just garbage that we did not need to know.
We know the letters are 8 now.
The odds of that happening, given the items that they actually have, is so silly. I mean, the only thing he really learned was that the raft was in 3. That's the only thing he really didn't know that I saw.
I don't think we saw for a fact that the ladder was an 8, but we don't really care about that.
We got clear Snuff Mountain. Well, I will say this. We seem to really have truthful hints at this point. And he's confused because he picked up the map and has the book, which is actually the atlas, so we've confirmed that.
I like their key counts.
Yeah, well, now that we have to clear every room, this is not a huge shock to me. This is what I was talking about earlier, how if you have to clear every room, you should naturally have a ton of hints.
I like how Thirwolf scampered to get that clock without stabbing it. And we have a rupee in the underground. I like it. And the funny thing is, it's not over when we find that when we find that bow. We still have to find those silver. There's still a lot more game to play, even if the bow is found. Yeah, I'd take that.
Hey.
6 bombs for 81, not bad.
6 bombs indeed. I mean, he doesn't know what we know about the 2-hit shops, and it doesn't seem like he's too focused on them.
Well, he also doesn't have the book, so... Now they're both in level 8, but TA has the map.
What's notable, though, is one of our runners has the recorder and one does not, so there's at least a small chance that one of these rooms has a bow in it that's blocked by a dig dog or something along those lines.
And he got his map too, so that kind of equals that playing field.
What I find interesting is Thirwolf has knowledge of the book being in level 8 because he has it marked, but he doesn't actually have it.
I thought the book was in 6.
I'm telling you what his tracker tells me. So I don't know if he's mismarked it or what he's done with that. Now, the reason why ta909 has not seen the level 3 is because I believe he actually clipped with a screen wrap into the waterfall screen, whereas I thought he walked up, thus he's missed level 3, which is just one screen below it.
We are getting word in chat from CD Improv, who is another person who has helped us out tremendously throughout this whole tournament with all of the help and restreaming. We really appreciate what CD has put in for us. That Thirwolf does know that a minor item was in 6 because he uses that book as a minor item flag almost.
Interesting.
You can't help get excited every time you see Thirwolf take out one of these dig doggers. Well, there is a double bow. That is our ladder.
Yep. Which he pretty much knew already. He's just picking it up in the small chance that it might actually be his raft, because he hadn't seen that sprite. Thirwolf picking it up is a bit interesting, I suppose.
I don't think there's many more runes here in level 8.
The Dig Dogger, Shutter, Shang, and Strike again. I really think the interesting play that we're going to have on our hands shortly here is one of these runners inevitably has to stumble into bow. Whether or not it's in this dungeon or one of the next couple they check.
I still probably want to go to levels 1 and 2 before I go anywhere else.
The decision becomes, do you dig outside of 9 or you just go straight back to 9? And I think that comes down to kind of knowing that that flag interaction exists in some aspect, but also I do feel that TA is more likely to go back to 9 because there are at least reasonable odds that one of
And there is indeed going back to level 1 with all the Dig Daggers.
seems like the most logical play to make in his position. Hard to disagree with it.
The thing is, with the useless recorder, you have to walk everywhere, so you might as well go with the ones on their path back.
This Dig Dogger is good. At least it only spawned one, though.
But he gets trapped in the room next to him with another one. TA also trying for the mags, but does not grab it. And level 1 having nothing else. So that means at this point, Thirwolf has basically cleaned out 1, 3, 7, 8.
Hey, that Wizrobe is being a scum. A villain.
And I guess Thirwolf is back in the 7.
That interaction happens with the Wizrobe because of well, that's legitimately the only time that really happens. The doorway apparently has some blocker that the game recognizes. But
Oh, that's why he was back in 7. Just for some bombs. But there's still that bait block.
To answer the question in chat about Zelda's requirement, we actually do not know if she is behind a shutter door that doesn't open or is free. However, there is a very large pig with shutter doors blocking the way to get to it. So, yeah, we do basically required, but maybe not required.
Basically, it's hard to acquire in the sense that we have to kill him to get past them, but we don't know if we need to kill him to beat the game. As far as the door to Zelda.
I think that potion was definitely intentional. Don't want to die to blue Lamole in here on hidden health. Want to be able to check these rooms and not lose time, especially without red bubbles.
And Theorist had enough of 7 also.
I'll go ahead and refresh what I know. We have minor item drops. We have hidden health on. Mirrored overworld. Sprite shuffle. Full shapes. Extra bosses on. Presumably no walkthrough walls, or we would have found one by now. And we have a 9 with the last staircase having both sides of the connector on side of Gan that is blocked, with Zelda also over there.
Looks like Thirwolf is going up in size, going to level 4. So it's level 2 we could have gone back to, but choosing 4 first.
Oh yes, and kill wall drops are on as well, so you can kill your heart containers, your bombs by swiping them. It's fair.
Hidden health with the 1 heart start, I think, is probably one of the more brutal ones. But now this is the question I'll pose to you, Fury. You get the bow here in possibly level 4. Do you go back to 9, or do you look for the silver? Oh, hello, walkthrough wall.
Hey, after all of the checks of walkthrough walls failing, we finally get one. It's the first one out of like 30 different walls that the runners have checked.
And that's an hour 32 into the seed. We find our first walkthrough wall.
By the way, they absolutely pushed Gen's wall. I watched it happen, so it's that one wall that could have been there, that won't walk through. And it wouldn't have mattered because there wasn't a room over there anyways. It was just a blank spot on the map.
Now, Tia is back in the 2, another dungeon we haven't really fully cleaned out yet. So, I mean, I gotta think that the answers are going to be, are they in level here, in level 4 for Thier? We're here in 2 for TA. I guess the only other dungeon would be level
4. Bow is just half the battle, but Silver's... I really think with the flag being on, and especially in TA shoes with the book and having the potential for hints. Hey, a second tick dog clear. But having those hints is pretty good.
So I guess all the walkthrough walls are here in level 4.
Well, no, there's one level 2 as well. Oh, hey, there's a potion over there. Suppose that's nothing important. Yeah, I think it's like one of the 2 dungeon items. Or it's a unique key. Oh, hey, he's got the unique key. Where'd he pick that up?
That potion was the red candle.
Nice. Alright, so 2 Dig Dogger rooms here in this level 2.
I think the unfortunate, I don't want to say unfortunate, but misleading part for TA at the moment, with that recorder being in level 3, if he thinks level 3 is flute blocked, and this item is up behind a Dig Dogger, he could be in a little bit. Level 5, the last of the suspects. Thanks for the hint, game. Now we do see another one of our tournament admins in chat with us. Quick shout out to Crystal Saver for all the work that he's done to help us out behind the scenes. Definitely appreciate it. And also, we also do have Adirondack Rick in chat with us. He's been someone who's been our liaison here with SpeedGaming, and him and Fury have done a fantastic job getting all these matches aired. So thank you very much to Rick for all the work he's done to help us out. And looking like level 4 was not the answer.
I like how that old man is literally in the way.
So Theory's in level 2. He will be able to take out the Dig Dogger.
Yeah, if these Dig Doggers happen to be blocking the bow, I mean, that's extremely problematic for ta909. The only chance ta8 really has is for both of them to come up without the bow or the silvers.
Looks like we had a blue boomerang sighting in level 5.
Well, that's an important find, I would say. Oh, hey.
And speaking about boomerangs to the face, TA just took one. Boletta, yes. They used the recorder. Well, Thirwolf used the recorder right away. It did not take a minute.
Both runners gotta be feeling like this is worst case scenario as well, because they haven't both gone down to the last 2 items being bow and silvers, because they've kind of collectively got us to that point, but they're almost there individually as well.
Yeah, it's kind of what minor item drops, I can speak, I swear, does to you. You have to clear everything. You'll basically end up finding everything.
There's a boomerang. Whoa, what is that? What is that? Is that the bow? It is the bow. Wow, bow and 5, it's a boomerang. Stalfos head on the other side of that old man you had to take the staircase past.
Question now is, where are the silvers, and do we have to go back to level 9 to find them?
Well, I don't blame ta909 for clearing the rest of this dungeon, given that there's only 5%. Certainly don't want to leave this and just assume that it's Red Ring Silver Lock 9 and be wrong and have to walk back here and check. So and I don't think it's actually going to take Thirwolf all that much longer to find his way into level 5. I don't think he's got a whole lot of locations left to check outside of...
No, 5 will be his last spot also.
So I think it's, we're definitely going to head off to level 9 on TA side now. Did level 7 have anything? Level 7 had a bait block of 1 room that people are hoping might still be the silvers, I suppose. Otherwise, it was just lots of heart containers that I can remember.
TA not going directly back to 9. But it does look like Thera is going to level 5. He's going for arrows. Maybe not. See how much they cost him, maybe. TA's gonna go dig out Force. This is gonna give Thera some time to catch up a little bit. Get that bow.
We can't rule out that a Dig Dogger still potentially blocks an item in level 9. I don't know that definitively that Dig Dogger won't have a drop item unless we saw one there.
The one that came out of the staircase, you're correct. I don't know if TA full cleared level 6 though.
Well, this play is going to buy Thirwolf some time since he's going to 6 before 5 at this point. So I don't know that it hurts the fans' perspective of this at all. You get to see both runners still have more time to, I don't know, kind of make it interesting at the end.
This level 6 was not very big either. Hey Goma, how's it going, buddy? So he'll know that Bo will not be behind that staircase, given the logic of the sea. Yes, Ema Steel is correct. Silvers could still be back there, but Bo will not. It sees the key, but has any key, so it says goodbye to that. So now the question for you, Fury, is: would you buy the bait and check that one room in level 7 before going back to?
Nope. But I'm
Would
fairly convinced that the silvers are in 9. I've just, with that red ring being in 9 and the chance that silvers are on the floor in 9 being like twice as high with that in play, I would be banking on it pretty much 100%.
Takes the HP repulse, so he does get killed by the Patcher. I like it. So we're basically looking for a blue half ladder at the moment. We saw the half ladder sprite shot by the Guerrilla, therefore we know that the arrows will be a half ladder sprite. That fairy's just juking Thirwolf and he can't stab it. Old man being his usual helpful soul. And for those of you in chat who are enjoying what you're watching, please give both our runners, both ta909 and Thirwolf, a follow for not only a heck of a match tonight, a heck of a 5-game series, and a heck of a tournament. They definitely.
Alright, so TA has left level 4. Where will he head? To level 8 again or level 3?
Alright, well, this is level 3 here, so it's going to give Thirwolf a bit more time.
It also eliminates the last blocker should he find the recorder.
Now, if you're a TA, do you go check those dig diners once you get that flute?
Given how he's playing this, there's a chance he's probably going to go back and check some of the other dungeons and assume that there can't be a floor drop in 9. Just my guess, but if he knew that that logic could be in play about the forced red ring and silvers being 9 and simply being on the floor, I think that that would alter his decision tremendously. I don't think you would see any of the stuff he's doing now happen going straight there. So there's his raft. Too far away from getting his recorder now as well. He's got it, so he's gonna turn around and kill the Digdar because why not? Could be the silvers. He's mine.
And Thirwolf is done with 6, so I'm assuming he's going to go to 5 now.
Or maybe he'll farm money, go buy the bait, and then go back to 7.
And hello, level 5. So he'll get his bow. So we saw Guerrillas shooting moblins with half ladders. So that tells us what our arrows.
I'm pretty sure the BMOs are shooting half ladders. I didn't see the Boblin shoot the half ladders. But regardless, we're going to know what it is at this point because it's the only thing left that the runners haven't seen, and it's going to be something weird looking.
Stand corrected. Apparently the moblins are shooting meat. So looking for some blue meat.
It's basically anything that's not a candle at this point. It's blue. Wow, that dig dogger trolled him hard. Just pushed him into that corner and pulling him. And he's leaving. Is this the play? Level 9 now, or what's he doing?
He's trying to recorder, but it's not going to take him anywhere.
Alright, that moblin shot red meat, so that's definitive now. It's the item we are seeking.
And it does look like TA is going to be doing the dig dogger hunt now. So
this is really going to come down to the wire now, because I would be surprised if Thirwolf goes anywhere but 9.
Well, he doesn't have anything left. This is his last dungeon he hasn't cleared out.
Well, yeah, but he's got a whole bunch of Gomas that he can kill in random rooms still.
That's true.
He also has not paid bait block. So there are at least a couple rooms he can go and mess around in. He doesn't have a whole lot left, as you know. He could troll himself. He just picked up the boomerang, and I think he's going to realize, hey, wait a minute, that looks kind of important. So now he's going to do the same thing TA did, which I think we can all agree is probably the smart play, not to leave until you clear these last 4 rooms or so. And then it becomes decision time. Which decision will he make? Or he's going to die there, and now he may have to make a decision to leave, and he will.
That save tells me he's probably going to 9.
I mean, we know, based on what we saw ta909 clear in that dungeon, that there is nothing up there, so... This comes down to, I guess, understanding this flag, and going to 9 in the hopes that it's red ring and silvers in 9. Portion 9.
I'd be half tempted to go straight for that dig dogger.
The kidnapped awaits in the northeast of Skull is one of the 3 hints, so apparently he did pick up the book. He found his way through 6 and found it.
I mean, we could also find a hint that says the silvers lie elsewhere, I suppose.
I thought Thirwolf had his last potion still, and is just literally saving it for 9, but I could be wrong. I'm being told I am wrong. So, blame Fury, or I guess you can blame Dark Falls for me being wrong too, that works. But we're looking for these likes potentially to drop silvers.
You had to get one more in, didn't you? We do see the usual target of getting blamed in chat. Blame Dave.
I mean, it can't just be the bot randomly rolling. We have to associate somebody as the blame game. But Dave is definitely the easiest of targets for that, since it just happens to be him that rules a lot of the silly ones. So which room will the silvers be in if they are in level 9 at all?
The last one theory checks. At least he has the map now.
Yeah, I think they both had the map, which is what made it possible for them to clear all the rooms, but I suppose if you mean just being able to see all the rooms that exist on the side.
Oh, there it is.
Hey. Wow.
And at 1 hour, 56 minutes and change, Thirwolf has gotten both his bow and his silvers, and he's going up to face Ganon.
And doesn't look like TA is in any hurry to go back to 9. So, looks like Thirwolf will have several cracks at this. The only thing that could go wrong now is he could bomb Ganon 20 times in frustration and then have no bombs left. That's like literally the worst case scenario and the only thing that's going to really slow him down outside of a couple of drivers.
The real question is, will Ganon stay true to himself and have 0 HP?
Nah, he would. You gotta make him work for it. You can't beat 0 again. Come on.
Alright, we do not have a squishy pig.
He's not got a lot of health left to play with here. He's gotten drivered at least once. Gotta be careful.
And down goes Ganon. Now we'll see if the door to Zelda was open this whole time or not. Thirwolf is going to go one room to the right, and she was open. And Thirwolf is going to go through the door. He's going to rescue Zelda with a 158 and become the 2020 Random% champion. GG's in chat for Thirwolf, and TA is saying GG's and saying goodbye to. So, Fury, what a tournament.
Yep, it's quite a tournament. As suspected, I think ta909 wasn't really anticipating the silvers migrating to the floor, or at least migrating to the floor in that diamond staircase room. Well, we do have our tournament winner, Thirwolf. Thirwolf couldn't have picked a better flag set for Game 5. Huh?
Oh, man. And that turned on, and it mattered. It sure mattered. Oh, boy.
Yeah, TA was maybe 3 to 4 minutes ahead of getting the 9, so that flag definitely changed the outcome of this.
Shoutouts to the non-forced Ganon.
Yeah, I think if we're going to start with things that kind of saved you a little bit, though, he definitely had the compass and the kind of set to get up there pretty early. He just found Ganon was in that specific setup path, and then from there it was game on, and everybody searches every room and every dungeon and shenanigans for the next hour and change.
Yeah. Shoutouts to Bo being in the last place I looked.
Conveniently, it was almost the last place he looked. I think he only had 3 left, and it was like the last overworld spot that he did not check because he wrapped his way to 8 to 9. And I think he was in the progress of going through and checking every dig dogger that was blocking his path earlier as you were in 9 finding the silvers in what ended up being not a terrible room to kind of clear, but kind of an annoying room when you're kind of in Zelda Rush.
Yeah. Yeah, that. I mean, I was looking for the silvers when I was in there after I found Red Rag. I'm like, all right. Then I saw the key in a stair, and I'm like, all right, it's probably in a room I haven't cleared. Let me just try to get to Zelda, and if not, I'll go leave and get Bo somewhere maybe, and come back to 9 and clear every single room. So that worked.
But speaking of people that were clearing every single room, we do have ta909 in here. TA, great run in the tournament, and it took a really trolly Game 5 flag set to take you down. And unfortunately, that Silver's location in the Diamond Staircase in the southwest got you.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but oh well. Really, I didn't weren't forced to 9 because they weren't in the staircases. I was unsure about how the how minor dungeon drops interacts with that flag. I didn't know they could get rolled to the floor, but anyways, GG Thirwolf, congratulations on the great run in this tournament.
Thanks, TA. You're the only one who took me down at one point in this tournament. So tough matches here, going all the way to Game 5.
That was a hell of a series, man. Hell of a series.
Oh yeah, we got to see all sorts of crazy stuff turn on in this.
I think you guys had each of the flip flags at least once, I want to say. I can't think when you did you guys have max HP? I think you had that in your first set.
I think the only thing we didn't get was Secret Shuffle, I believe.
Yeah, I never saw that.
Yeah, I think Game 1, TA tried to turn on minor item drop, and it was unsuccessful, and then we definitely saw Blackout because I know I was doing commentary in another thing and saw that and laughed, because that was what I threw in there. And
Oko rolled off when it showed up, I believe.
Yep, Oko definitely rolled recently enough again, because we kind of teased Krim, who made the bot for all the commands, and rolled that a lot in this tournament, but not today, apparently. But yeah, TA basically coming out of retirement from racing to join this tournament for fun and kind of smash the field basically all the way to the end here. And what was it, 8 games total that you guys played? Or was it...
Sorry, you cut out. I didn't hear the question.
We only played 7 games. TA totally destroyed me the first time.
I see. Still 7 games.
But this was a really fun tourney. I'm glad you guys set it up. Got to see a lot of things that you normally see raced, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun to try to figure out the seeds, and aside from a couple of flags that are kind of annoying, such as fun percent or killable drops, which definitely does not cater to my playstyle because I'm constantly, swinging my sword around and moving my sprite in the opposite direction when I swing the sword a lot, so I'm killing so many drops on accident. Aside from aside from a couple of the flags that were, chosen to be turned on this tournament, I mean, it was really fun to play.
Yeah, I think when we kind of thought this whole tournament up, it was, how can we possibly break Fred's game and make trouble for him? And I don't think we broke it, but we definitely made some interesting interactions happen with mixed quest and vanilla items.
Yeah.
I think that interaction was kind of hilarious, and then we just found out today, I literally at the 30-minute mark looked and rolled 10 seeds with a spoiler log to see if Red Ring Silver's Force to 9 was actually a thing that could exist if you had minor item drops, and confirmed that it was. So, I mean, I think I learned about an hour before TA learned, and perhaps not much more or less than when Thirwolf learned. So you definitely learn a lot about the randomizer when you have random percent going, and a lot of the flags having the potential to roll.
Yeah, I know a lot more about minor item drops again. I'll probably never play it again, but now I know.
I think at the 5-minute mark, I said I've only played it one time when I think Dave rolled it by accident, and I just sat there playing Money Making Game until Thirwolf finished at like 2.5 hours and gave up.
Sounds about right. I haven't played it that often either. It's probably my least played thing out of everything.
Yeah, I think I only saw you practice it once. I think Exo rolled you a reasonable seed or something. But yeah, any other final thoughts on this race before we go into kind of a prolonged thanks period and mentioning a whole bunch of people?
I'll just throw out a lot of thanks to everyone who did commentary throughout the tournament, all the restreamers, the trackers, the networks that decided to put on a show for everybody out there, and all the people that came out and gave it a go. It was fun.
Touche. Same here. Thanks for organizing this tournament, guys. I know it was really hectic the first couple of rounds with matches upon matches being played every single day. So I know the behind the scenes must have been slammed with getting all those matches organized and put together. So thanks a ton to everyone that contributed to this tournament and putting together such an amazing thing. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a interesting tournament to say the least, to kind of get your feet wet in from an administrative standpoint, but we had a lot of help along the way. Besides myself and Jay Coper and kind of HN and Saver stepping in. You had Prim at one point, who was not only setting up the bot for this finale, but there were days where he was helping set up races in a tournament that he wasn't even an admin for, just something he did to be helpful to the community, so I respect him a lot for that. We had the Greenleaf Effect and Nerestra, again, two people that were fall tournament guys that didn't have to do anything, but one stepped in and threatened people into commentary with articles of clothing, and the other one, I think on 3 or 4 days, told me to just take a day and just sat there and set up races. You've got Rick over here at Speed Gaming, you've got 2 or 3 people at Randomizer that help schedule everything and make sure that everything that you have can get a channel some way or somehow, whether it be kind of way out on channel Speed Gaming 6 or whatever random number you want to pick for either channel. So definitely people on any network whatsoever. I'm thrilled that Speed Gaming's been so helpful, but I'm thankful to all the networks that carry us, regardless of where they are. There's also a laundry list of commentary and tracking help that we've received. I had Gary and Old Wolf, CD Improv, Captain Green 7. Those were some of the big helpers on the restream side. Dark Falls chipped in there and helped us out. I could go on for the next 5 minutes and thank people individually, but I don't want to kind of ramble here. I want to give Jay Coper and Dark Falls a chance to step in and say a few words as well.
We do have Jay Coper, our third main tournament admin, with us. I'm going to turn the floor to him as well. Jay Coper, welcome.
Hey, thanks. My first big thanks goes to Dark Falls for kind of spearheading and getting motivated to do this tournament. And, having an idea that I liked and I thought was good. And it had been a couple years since the last Random Percent. There'd been a lot of new stuff in the randomizer, and I really wanted to showcase that if we could. And I think in the end, especially with finally getting minor item drop shuffle in the very last race of the tournament, we did get to really show off a lot of what this randomizer can do now. Plus, if you go back and watch some of the previous tournaments, you'll see a lot of other stuff that you didn't see in this one. But I think that people got tired of that. I think that these flags really closely match what I wanted to see out of the the tournament flags more than anyone else, probably. So if you didn't like these flags, just put all the blame on me. I gotta thank Dark Falls and Fury for probably reining in my suggestions a little bit and trying to keep them more reasonable for people. And yeah, again, big thanks to all of the commentators, restreamers, trackers for getting pretty much all of this. Almost all of the races restreamed. We did pretty darn good, I would say, on the percentage of races we got aired. Also, when Fury mentioned all of the commentary and stuff and tracking with everything, he did more work than anyone else did as far as organizing the restreams, I think. So Fury certainly deserves the majority of the credit. Lots of other people helped, like he said, but Fury was on top of his game for sure. So, but yeah, it's been fantastic, and we would love to hear your feedback for sure. Not sure Dark Falls had more he wants to add.
I'm just going to piggyback off what both of you guys said. Of course, thank you to all of our runners for joining this tournament. I know it was kind of a niche flag set, but without the runners, this tournament wouldn't have happened. So thank you to all the runners who have showcased themselves over this last 3 months. Thank you to CD Improv, Gary and Old Wolf, and the rest of our amazing restream team who Fury was able to get most of his matches on. My team of admins, Jay Coper, Furious K, Crystal Saber, Adaginos, and the other guys that Fury had mentioned, Adirondack Rick, Naristra, OBT Glory did some, Crimson Avix, and Greenleaf all jumped in and didn't really have to help, but they did just to help out the community. This Zelda 1 community is one of the best communities I think I've found in a long time. It is really, really a pleasure to work with everyone that has helped us out. And again, like Jay Coper said, this tournament would have been nearly as successful as it was without the work of Fury SK. Me and Coper kind of went into it as a duo at first. We decided we need some help. We decided to pull in Fury, and he went above and beyond throughout this entire tournament. It would have been nearly as successful without him. So thank you so much, Fury, for all you've done. And this was a lot of success, mainly because of you.
I appreciate it. Despite me trying to point blame to Dark Falls all the time and meme him, he's been a good guy, been a help. I've had days where I got a little stressed and got a little bit agitated and had to go vent at somebody, and he was there, so it's thankful for that. And Jay Coper, of course, for pushing the envelope on our flag set to begin with and picking up some of the races on Restream, even on his own channel at times, just to get coverage. So you have two people that were very helpful throughout this tournament at given points and times where we were.
So with that said, we are going to close out here. And again, please follow all of our runners today. We had ta909 and Thirwolf. And a giant congratulations to Thirwolf for taking the 2020 Randomizer tournament. Great show by him. Great show throughout this entire tournament. And of course, we have one last big thank you, and that is to all of you in chat who we do this for. It was a lot of pleasure to bring these races to you, and I hope you guys all enjoyed yourselves. And we will see you again, most likely this fall, for another tournament for the Zelda 1 community. I don't know if anything's been decided yet. News to come on that. Join our Discord. We'll put it here in the chat room. And Fury, I'm going to give you the honors of closing this out, and we will go from there, guys.
Yep. Thanks again, everybody, for watching throughout the tournament, and hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. Hopefully you'll come back again in the fall when likely we'll have another tournament. If not, it definitely won't be the last. So thanks again. So long for now.